Okay. Well, if you just want me to stop or explain something more, just tell me to do it.
Okay.
All right, let me just verify. Okay, it's recording. So first thing is, clicking here is opening the software. Okay, and then we've got these cubes here, which are the ones that we're going to be concerned with today. And this first one, contacts, that's where all the information that we're putting, or it's really a separate table or a list of, where the new homeowner lists are going to go, or really anybody that, is a potential customer or client of Southern Pest Control or Sovereign Pest Control will be here. And this cube here is our customer list, where we've assigned an actual customer, we call it a NAV account number, division account number, and created them as where they've been a customer at some point. So as you know, that the marketing department works with both. I mean, they work with people that have been under contract, and they work with people that have never been under contract. So they should be on one of these two lists.
All right.
We'll not take that back. I mean, if they're on the new homeowner list, they'll be on this list. If they're a PIC, they'll be on the customer list. And it's possible that they will, in certain situations, they'll be creating a customer record from scratch.
Okay.
Then here, this cube here is for the service orders. That is really the electronic, what I call appointment. Anytime that we have, or even talking to a potential customer about setting an appointment or doing a service, we're going to create a service order. Service order is numbered, and it's electronic form that, rep from the marketing department can fill out, to track that appointment until, up to the point it's set and then completed.
All right.
Right. So remember the other day we looked at this contact list. I'm opening that right now. Again, a way you can picture this is, again, we've got a sample new homeowner list imported in here. So this is just a list of homeowners.
Yeah.
Now the way, and we've added a feature, a better search feature since you were last on here. So I'll just go ahead and do that now. One of the addresses that I've worked with is 5000 Atlantic Avenue. I've created a couple different accounts with that. So let's say someone calls in and says, yeah, I received a letter, or I found you on the internet, whatever the case may be. I'm at 5000 Atlantic Avenue. We've got a feature, and we don't have a button set up for it yet, but we can find it via search. This navigate contact customer. I'm clicking right here. Okay, and now we've got a button for an address filter. This will search both databases, both the customer and the contact database. So I'll put in 5000 Atlantic. I click on find. It searches. Now it comes up. It says, you see it says contact and customer. That means this record is in both the contact and the customer database. So the user would want to open up both and see what the situation with this record is. So here you can see that it's that this address, and if they confirm their name, address, and phone number, you can see here that this person has been a customer at some point. So what we would do is, I just opened them. What I did by clicking on it, I just opened their customer account.
By clicking on that NAV number?
Yeah, or actually just to the right of it.
Okay.
So from here, you can see, first of all, you got here of the record of their contracts. Now, again, we've got sample data in here. It probably would, look exactly like this. But you can see they had a contract that was canceled on January 30th. And then we put some second information. It looks like there's no contract date here, but that's one of the things we've got here, like the history of their contracts. And then we've also got here reports where we could see, and the one that we'd probably be looking at is the invoice register.
Okay.
If you click here, you can see their service history. And again, this doesn't look exactly right because you should see like renewals or an IC posted, but again, this is sort of how the process will work. That you see if they've been under contract, you go look at their service history to see where we stand, and then let's say that we decide that the marketer decided, okay, yes, this is somebody we want to put back under contract. We've got this button here for create service order. Like that. Now this creates the service order where you can set an appointment from. But do you have any questions at this point? I know I end up going fast, I know.
Now you said to put them back under contract, but what about someone that's not? Would the same thing apply to the
it's similar.
create
it's
service
similar.
order? Okay.
Yeah, it's similar, but let me why don't for this is I want you to see one of the things I want to do with this session here is I want you to see really get the process down of setting an appointment.
Okay.
So let me go through that process, and then then the next one we'll do somebody that's never been under contract.
Okay.
Okay. And the difference here is, again, we are working off. We didn't have to create this account here, their NAV account number. It was already created because they were previously under contract.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, so you're here on the service order, and this looks similar to the customer card because it shows their basic information, name, address, email address. You've got fields. Here's their phone number. You've got those fields. Right here on this section, line, there's a drop-down menu, and what you'll do to populate this will create a list of services that we're going to do for this customer. So you click here, go to service item template, and this produces a list of services of our services. So if they wanted to do a 1-year termite and pest plan, we have that one right here.
All right.
Here, and it always gives a message. This message here, you just hit yes. Now you see that okay, we've got a 1-year pest plan here for $356.
All right.
Okay, and then just to show you how you can add additional services, let's say they also wanted to do a mosquito service. You go back to the service item template, you find mosquito service, hit OK, hit refresh, and it populates with the mosquito service. So notice here, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, I noticed it's allocated each one an hour.
Right. We've got functionality where the user can adjust the hours.
Okay, I didn't know if all the reps had to know that. If I had to tell them in this situation, if it's
well, it's just like now. I mean, right now our system isn't set up to really think for the rep and say, okay, you've got a termite, a mosquito, something else. The user has to think and say, okay, how many hours is this going to take?
okay.
And it's the same way with this, but there is functionality. The logic in the system is each service item is assigned an hour, and the system adds that up. So you can see here it's saying this is going to take 2 hours.
Gotcha.
And sometimes that's the case, but let's say if you could do this in just 1 hour, there's functionality to change the total appointment time needed to 1 hour.
Okay.
So let's say, too, we're going to add a pest control reservice to this. I'm going back to the service item template. I'm selecting pest control reservice. Hit OK and refresh. Now that's added. Now you see it's 3 hours. Okay. But really, this should only take 2 hours, like you just mentioned. So you see we've got this field here, hour for allocation. What you do is you can put the actual hours in here, hit the refresh key. Now the hours changes to 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyways, let's go through some of the fields we would fill out here for this. We've got target pest. So obviously for the mosquito service, the target pest is mosquitoes. For the pest control reservice, let's say it's ants. Then as you know from what, you're working with Amy, with, what Amy does with the payroll, where we have functionality for who will get the commission. So what we do here, we have a list of everybody, and you can go through here. I'm just going to select me for both, that I would be the person getting the commission.
I didn't look in there, but is there something in there for outside sales or for the technicians?
We got a separate column here. Tech ID.
Okay.
Right. That's it's a complete, like, let's say the way this was done, let's say the tech sold the mosquito, you would go select the technician here.
Gotcha. All right.
So, then also, too, we have this column for source, for whatever the advertising source is. So let's say this was a PIC. I don't think we have PIC set up, and I'll add it real quick. So source, you'd have PIC for that, and then for the mosquito, we would put tech sale. And see, the reason, if you notice here, and this is important, when I'm logged in and the system is me,
gotcha.
and it's assigned user ID. Whenever you create a service order, it assigns it to based on whoever the login. So I'm logged in here as me. So that's what this assigned user ID, okay, it's saying that B. McMichael, this is who this service order is assigned to, and I've assigned myself to the customer service department. So that fills in as well. Now we can track service orders based on this, which works great, but since we're setting appointments with individual service items and we're going to track the individual items, that's why we have separate fields here to track things for commissions. Because you're putting you're putting individual things here. So you could have somebody working a service order and someone else is getting the actual credit for the sale.
All right.
Yep.
Before you jump to the next thing, you were going through the items that you wanted filled out, and I just wanted to make sure. I got target pest, I got the service item rep, tech ID if it's a field sale, the source.
Right.
But what about pending for post? Is that for something later? Or different set of circumstances? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What that is, and I'll just tell you real quick. We're going to cover this in detail. Let's say this appointment. Well, I tell you what we'll do is we'll set this as a same day appointment today, and then I'll show you. And I'll show you what the pending for posting is.
Yeah, I was just going across the top of your headers, making sure I got them covered.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a lot of information. I mean, we're going to do multiple sessions because there's just so much here.
Okay.
But let's say they're going to put down $200. Or actually, let's go start from the top here. We covered this the other day, with the coupons. So let's say they have a $20 Facebook coupon. So you put in the $20, and you go fill in the Facebook coupon. Then whatever the code may be, I'm just going to put something in. So notice the system is saying now that the total charge is $455, which is the $356 plus the $99.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's saying, okay, we've got a $20 coupon, so there's a net service charge, which is the $455 less the $20. So then it's asking for, okay, what is going to be the payment situation? Now, I've set it up, and I may change this, but it's set up where you can require minimum down payments. And the way I did this was saying that the IC would need a 15% down payment, and the Mosquito would need 100% down payment. And that's where we get this minimum down payment here of $152.40. So anyway, whatever payment is set up for this has to be greater than $152.40.
Gotcha.
We've got two payments here. The first one is applied advance payment. That's if they're paying via a PIA, paid in advance, or this customer down payment. That's what the technician's going to collect at the time of service. So let's just say we're going to set it up so the technician pays $200 at the time of service, which means we're going to bill them for $235. So then over here, as you know, most people break up these in installments. So let's say they're going to break this $235 up into 7 installments. You would click here, enable installment plan, number installment 7, and it tells you how much the installment amount is going to be.
Gotcha. Now, when you record these, I think you said last week we could get them from YouTube. Is exactly what you're doing.
The one that I did last week, I don't know, something happened. The video was corrupted somehow. Yeah, but I can post this. I've got a YouTube channel, and I'll send you a link.
Yeah, because that'd be awesome. Exactly what you're doing. I'm going to go in and type verbatim, especially on the situation, like if it is installments, click here, do this, blah, blah, blah. So
okay,
that would be awesome. All right, cool.
Okay, no problem. All right, so then let's say, too, we've got, going back up higher on the service order, we've got some note fields here that will be used quite a bit. The first one is the routing notes, and this field is used by Amy or whoever is doing the final routing. So if we wanted to leave a note for Amy, something like, do not switch appointment to new technician or something like that.
Gotcha.
Behind the scenes, when Amy's doing the routing, she would be able to see this note field.
Okay.
All right. This one here, technician notes, this note field here will be put on the appointment ticket specifically for the technician. So if the customer said something like possible termites in garage, please check. The technician would see that on the appointment ticket that he takes with him to the when he's running the appointment.
Gotcha.
This general note field, kind of use this as just like just exactly as general note, but whenever this appointment's finally completed, this general note field is permanently saved as a history of this appointment.
Gotcha.
So this is something really that the dispatch department will use, or one of the note fields they'll use to save permanently for this appointment. So let's go in now and let's find a technician to run this. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking online. The very first one is resource allocations. And that means we're going to find a technician to set this appointment for. We're allocating this appointment to a resource, a technician. So click here. Okay, here pops up the schedule for, this is MC1, and we've got Kevin and Luis in MC1. So what I'm going to do is I'll select this for Luis today at 4 o'clock. So I'm selecting the 4 o'clock time slot for Luis. What I do is then I go and click on this button here, auto allocate hours. Now you see the two ones appear in this column here for selected hours. This means that we're taking these two appointments, a 2-hour appointment time. We're taking the 4 and the 5 for this appointment.
All right.
hit OK, and then refresh, and it will show here that Luis is selected for this service order. And again, notice here, I probably should have mentioned this at the very beginning. Notice this service order is numbered. That's something that's different than what we have now in lead management, customer management. We don't actually assign the appointment. They get that service event number, but with this, this service order is assigned a number even before an appointment is set. It's actually just like it's similar to an invoice. It has its own number.
Gotcha.
So now we have this, set for Luis. Okay. All right, and we did this as a same-day appointment, and so I'm going to show you how we do the same-day alerts to alert the dispatch department that a same-day appointment is running. And just to warn you, Lee, and the Halden Group is in the process of fixing this. We're getting an error message with this process, but it's being fixed. So anyway, so we got these fields here, same-day notes alerts.
Gotcha.
What they would do is to notify the dispatch department that we set a same-day appointment. They would fill this in, something like same-day appointment. Notify tech. And then they would click here. This will send, and the way it's supposed to work is dispatch department, everyone in there will receive an email with this service order number and customer number. And then also there's a list that's created that they can check to see any same-day service orders. So the user clicks this. What's that?
I was going to say, Ashley had me doing some research on the Microsoft email accounts, how you could set up groups. Was that?
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what this is for. So, because we've had several issues with this. One of them is when you've got multiple users in the system, they all have a different email address. Gotcha. It was very slow with this process. So we're trying to do it with just one email address.
Okay.
So anyway, what just happened is anybody set up in the system should have just received an email about this same-day alert.
Okay.
And again, it's not working correctly, but when you go from here to this button that says service order alerts. It's so annoying because it's not working right. You click here, and then it will show you a list of all appointments. You see service order numbers, and you see customer numbers, and it shows you a list of ones that are same-day appointments. So then what dispatch department would do, they would go here to this navigate and hit card, and it would open up the service order where they can see what the appointment is, and then they can notify the technician of what he's supposed to run.
All right.
So right now we have that logistics system set up in SharePoint. That will go away based on being able to alert dispatch via the same-day note. So what they would get that alert, and they would alert Luis. Say, okay, you've got a 4 o'clock for you. They would tell him, where it is. They give him this address, and then they would also give him the actual services that he's going to run.
All right.
Okay. One thing to show you too is this one here, service order detail, is the appointment ticket. So this is what, for most of the appointments aren't same days, but this is what the technician would take with him to run the appointment. So it has the 3 services that he's supposed to complete. It has on here what type of contract the customer has. In this case, they do not have a current active contract. And then it gives the total charge, coupon information, then the down payment, and then the installments. And then also here's that note field that we put in there about the possible termites in the garage.
All right.
Now, you had asked about this pending for posting columns here.
Yeah.
Okay. Jump ahead a little bit. But as you know, Ashley said that you've done some posting into the current division system from the route sheets.
When I first started, she had me learn everything from posting the nav numbers, all that stuff. It's been 3 whatever years, but I do have a little bit of knowledge of it.
Okay. All right. Well, when the appointments are completed, in order to bill the customer, to keep our accounting records, you have to post the appointments, basically make it a permanent transaction in the system.
All right.
So let's say Louise called in, and again, once we go live with this system, and that's the joke I made last time about knocking Ashley in the head because she forgot about this, that, now, we use the route sheets for the posting. With the new system, we're going to have the technicians call in their appointment information over the radio to dispatch. And all the appointments are going to be posted that way.
Okay.
Now, we've already got it figured out. You can chuckle, but it's going to work great.
I understand it's a lot of people.
Yeah, I know it is. It's going to be a huge undertaking, but I think we've got, as far as number of people, but I'm going to show you the advantages of it.
All right.
For one thing, see this tab here, application tab. This is going to allow us to record all of our chemical information on a service ticket, which is something that we don't have now. So, let me just go through the process and say, Louise has called this one in. Louise called it and says, yep, you know what, I was able to finish the termite test plan, and I was able to finish the mosquito service, but I couldn't do the pest control resurface. So what we need to do then is we need to post these 2 appointments as completed, and then we need to account for the third one, the pest control resurface, is not being completed. So what dispatch is going to do is, by checking this pending for posting box here, this will remove this service from the posting, and once we do post, it's going to create a new service order for this service. And then we can use that new service order to track and reset the appointment for the pest control resurface.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Lisa's called in and says, hey, I couldn't complete the resurface for whatever reason, but he's going to say, you know what, but I used these chemicals, I used Fuse, I used 5, I used them in the, in the kitchen, say it was 5 feet, application equipment, I used my B&G, and then I put down some bait stations, put down 10 of them. I put them in the garage. And then you could put some type of note here, sample note. And this is the stuff that's on our service tickets now. But like you said, the volume is so high, no one has time to go through all of our service tickets and put the information into the system. So by having them call in on the hour, they're going to call in every single appointment, and they're going to give the chemical information, which is actually on, the service tickets. So this, in effect, will replace the sample service tickets. Okay. So then, let's say, Louise says, okay, yeah, I'm collecting the $200 payment. Check number is 500. And this is a billing thing, this MSC code here. It has to do with the invoice date. So this invoice date today is what, the 12th? So the MSC code would be 18. So you select that, and as long as everything's finalized, you're ready to post this as a permanent transaction, so we can start billing them for the remaining amount of this service, which is $235, monthly installments of $333.57. And then again, we're going to have another service order created for the pest control resurface so that we can follow up and get that completed and set. So I've done that. We again, and why don't we review real quick what we've done. We created the service order. We selected these 3 services. We set it for a same-day appointment for Luis. We did the same-day note so that dispatch can notify him. He goes out and runs it, and he's able to complete 2 out of 3. He's unable to complete pest control reservice, so we need to go back out there for that. So after we post this, the $435 net charge, less $200 down payment, after we post this, we'll go in and we'll edit the new service order so that we can complete, so that can be reset and completed. So up here we have this button for post. And again, this is going to be done by the dispatch department. Hit post. Okay, it becomes a completed appointment. Notice here, here's that new service order. You see here, here's that pest control reservice that we couldn't do.
Got it.
These action required fields here, what you would do is with action required field, you would go in and put reset appointment. Then what we can do is we can run lists of service orders based on this action required field, the responsibility center, which is department, and the assigned user ID. So we can then pull up these service orders and set a new appointment for this service.
Gotcha.
So, and I'll show you that real quick. Okay. Again, going back to these original cubes, we've got contacts, which is really like a marketing list of people that, you know, we're mainly importing from the new homeowner list of people that, you know, we don't think are currently customers. Then we have our current customer list, which could contain, you know, PICs that the marketing department would want to work. And then we have service orders, which is basically a list of appointments and potential appointments. So if you click on service orders, you've got all these different columns here. Number here, which is the number of the service order. We've got a status field for service orders, which are not quite using yet, but we may in the future. We've got order date, which is the date that the service order is created. We've got order time, which is the time that the service order is created. We've got the customer number, which is their customer account number. We've got this here field called priority, which has low, medium, and high. So if you had one that was like a high priority that maybe we didn't have appointment times for, but you wanted to flag it as high, so we could run a list based on that, try to get them set sooner you could. We've got their address. Then we've got these fields here that we can run lists by. Status 2, action required 2. Then we've got a field here for advertising source. I'm not sure if we're going to use this since we're doing the advertising source on each individual service item. But then we have next contact date, which I know you're familiar with. We have assigned user ID, which, like I just told you, is based on the login. Then we have the responsibility center here, which is going to be either marketing or customer service. It's the department that actually is working on the service order. Then we have resource number. That's the technician it's set for. Then we have here allocation date, which is the appointment date. And then this field start time is the appointment time if it's set for someone. So you can filter this list by any of these columns. So we just did that action required field for that service order, called it reset appointment. So if I said, okay, I want to know all the appointments that I want to reset an appointment for, I go action required 1, click here, go to the list of all the different action requireds. I find reset appointment, hit enter, and then we get a list of all the service orders that need appointment reset. And you can see you've got different users here and also different responsibility centers. So if you said, okay, I'm in the marketing department, I just want the ones for marketing. You can add this filter here for responsibility center. Click marketing. Now it's the ones that are just assigned to marketing.
All right.
We have some other ones here, like, let's say we go out to tech finds termites, and we need to set a termite treatment. You can set action required, set termite treatment. List of service orders come up. And then what you would do is, if let's say Ashley said to somebody in the marketing department, look, go in, anything that we need to set a termite treatment for, you go and set that treatment. So they would run this list and then just click on, see this edit button here. They would open up each service order. This one's blank, but there's still what they should see here. It should see like a termite treatment already set up. All right, this one's 2 hours, $150. They would go in and say, okay, I'm going to call this homeowner or get in touch with them so I can set this 2-hour treatment. Again, everything is working off this service order list. And that's what you would do. Anytime you want to create a new appointment, you create a service order. And like I said, whether they have an appointment scheduled or not, all of them have a number that we can use to refer to. We can refer to.
All right.
Okay. So why don't we go now and let's go and simulate one that would have been on the new homeowner list, or it's on the new homeowner list. It's not, hadn't been a customer, and we'll set an appointment for them, and we'll go through the process. It's going to be very similar to the last one.
All right.
Okay. So I'm clicking on contacts. All right, I'm just going to go find one in the list, and here we got one. What's this one? 3700 Bullfrog. All right, so let's say we're on this contact list, and actually what I do, Lee, I'm going to put a button on this list somewhere here to do this search. Right now, it's not on here. You got to go in here and type in like navigate customer. That's what they named the report. Here it is. But basically, they would start here, and they would search, put in 3700 Bullfrog, click Find. So it searched our current customer list, it searched our contact list, it's only in the contact list. So the marketing rep then would click here and click here. Should open up, there it goes. Okay. Now they've opened up the contact card. So you see their basic name, address information. I guess it was a non-published number, so we don't have a phone number here. Now, once we go live with this, it should automatically fill in with an import date. I'm going to put like August 4th. And a list type, like non-published number. But the way Ashley's explained, I think you and Ashley explained it to me, is then the marketing rep would put in today's date is the date that the person is called in, and then they would put what type of contact it was, like an inbound call.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have here, they'd ask them what's the best time to call, and let's put 4 p.m. Best place, I'll put home. Then we have a field up here to fill in for phone number.
So phone numbers without any hyphens, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then you got that basic information in here. Now what we're going to do so we can set an appointment is we're going to create, my highlighter's not working. Oh well. Okay, we're going to create an actual Navision. We're going to give them, assign them a customer account number, and when we do that, it'll also create a service order for this, for this IC that we're going to set. So I click here on customer.
Is that the same as like a nav number?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, and the reason we're doing it this way, creating a nav number, is because one of the problems that we have is now is this import that we do every day.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how involved you have been with that, but at a certain point, because we have a separate system for lead management, a separate system for customer management, separate one for Navision. We got to take the information and lead management for the ICs that were run, say yesterday, import that information from lead management to customer management, and then from customer management to Navision. And it's done the day after, and it's a process.
I did it 3 years ago, and Amy and I went over it again the other day because I'll be doing it when she's out of town.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to. Well, I tell you what, you won't be doing it 3 months from now.
That's no problem. I just do. That's the stuff that Lori, because I had made mistakes in the past, and I'd always get a phone call from her.
Well, exactly. Well, that's the thing. See, this eliminates the whole process because what we just did, check in to see if there's a duplicate address in the Navision, to see if there's a nav account with that address. That will prevent us from creating a duplicate. Then by this button I'm clicking right here, and then saying yes, okay. This just eliminates that whole import process.
Ah, all right.
Yeah. So what we have here now, there's the nav account number. Well, actually, this is the link. Damn highlighter's not working. It's driving me crazy because I really like using it. I get this pen to work. No.
Did something pop up maybe behind your screen that? Because I saw your taskbar pop up earlier.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think that was it. But anyway, I'll just point with the clicker. But see here, so here's the service order, which is what we use to set the appointment. Then their actual customer, what we call their customer card, which contains their permanent information, is right here. Now they look very similar. But this, because you got name, address, city, zip code. You got their bill to information, phone number, email address. Put my email address in here. All that's here, but again, this eliminates that import by creating the accounts, by the marketing reps creating the accounts themselves. There's no import. Now this has a Navision account number, regardless of whether or not they go under contract. So on the day of service, there's no need to do an import.
All right.
Okay. I mean, do you understand? I mean, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Also notice here, and I'm pointing this contact info details that we created on the contact card. That's now listed here. So from the service order, you can see that information. Now, the reason that we didn't do anything with the next contact date or next contact time on the contact info details is because the service order has a field for next contact date. So since when we create this service order, this is what the marketing rep is going to work from. So if the customer were to say something like, you know what, I'm under contract with another company. The contract expires, I think, in January. can you call me back then? What the marketing rep would do is they would go to next contact date, put something like maybe December 30th or January 5th. And then we've got an action required here, call at next contact date. And they could even put a note in here, something like, I'm not spelling very well today.
I get it. Actually, that's what went through my mind as you started typing under contract with competitor.
Yeah. Got it. So anyway, so like I said, this is where we'll track that. So this service order would just, in this scenario, would just sit here. Right now, I mean, we have functionality in LMS, then with the next contact field, basically do the same thing. But here we're just doing it with the service order. And again, I'm logged in as me as in customer service, but this would more responsibility center would be something like marketing, and say this was Kara. And then what she would be able to do is, I'm going back to the service order list.
She could filter.
Right, exactly. Go in something like, okay, give me next contact date. We'll put January 16. She could just say for the whole month of January for 2016. We've got two of them set up in there. And you see this is the one we just did, this Bullfrog Road. So if she were to highlight that, hit edit. Here it is, under contract with competitor. Exactly what's going on. Yeah. All right, but let's eliminate that. And we'll go ahead and let's say that these people wanted to go ahead and set it up now.
All right.
So what we do is go here. Again, we want that service item template. And we'll do this one as just a 1-year termite only. So we've got this one here, 1-year termite service plan. I like that. Hit OK. Some goofy just happened, but all right. So there we are. 1-year termite service plan. And let's say we're just going to set for this. So you go to line, resource allocations. This is where we're looking for a technician to run it. And we see what we've got here. Okay, we've got Ray. Well, we'll say Ray today at 5 o'clock. Highlight him. You go to auto allocate hours. Click OK. And then final step is hit refresh. And then the appointment appears here. So since this is a same-day appointment, they would use the same-day note field here to alert dispatch, to alert Ray to run this appointment.
All right. Now you did this one the same day, but let's say it's tomorrow or next week.
Okay.
Is the system going to automatically send something to the technicians, or how do they get their paper?
No, it's just like now, where it would appear on the route sheet. So let's go ahead. Let's remove this one. This button here. Now, this is how you would do it. Let's say this person called in and said, you know what, I don't want to do it today. I want to do it next week. So you click here, go to resource deallocations.
All right.
Click that. And so do you want to deallocate? Yes. Hit refresh. Now it's removed from Ray.
Gotcha.
So then you go here to line, resource allocations, and we'll look for next week. You know what? I don't have schedule set up for next week. So we'll do it for we'll do it for Wednesday. Let's say Ray is 5 o'clock on Wednesday.
All right.
And auto-allocate hours. And the thing to always look for is that that little 1 appears here in selected hours. Okay, so you hit OK, then refresh. Now it's set for Wednesday. And they won't need to do anything because the procedure is the same as it is now. What will happen is on Wednesday, and I'll show you, I'm getting out of here and going to the main screen.
Okay.
See here we've got route sheet report and service order detail. They would just click here and say, okay, for 8/12.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go find Ray. Hit preview. Yeah, here's that appointment on the route sheet.
All right.
Same thing. They also now, as you know, they use what we call the appointment tickets. It's called a different name in this system, but here's service order detail.
Right.
Same thing. You go here and say, okay, Ray is, I know, technician number 11. Give me all his appointment tickets for the 12th.
Gotcha.
We only have 1 set up, so yeah. So, I mean, that's similar to how we do it now. But the same day alert is for appointments that are running, you know, same day. And that alerts dispatch to alert the techs. Let's go back to that service order that we just created. And what I'm going to do, Lee, the way I'm going to find it is I know we created it today.
Yeah,
So I'm going to go to order date. And I'm going to put in 8/12/15. And we knew it was bullfrog. Hit edit. Now I could be here working it. Because we would need to put in payment information. You know, let's say that we talking to the customer and they said, well, yeah, I'll pay the tech $40 time service. So here in customer down payment, you put in $40. You know, installment plan. They said, yeah, I'd like to pay in 3 installments. You can click here, enable installment plan, and say it's 3 installments.
Now, earlier you had 15%.
Yeah.
I didn't see that on this one because I'm just more curious about the reps having, if it does it for them instead of them trying to figure out.
What I was doing when this was originally set up, I set with these minimum down payments.
Right.
I set it up kind of behind the scenes in the system where it would require a minimum down payment for certain services. I still haven't decided if I'm going to actually do that or not. Like this one, I just didn't do it. I could say, look, they've got to put at least 20% down.
I thought I missed something. That's why I didn't see it in there. No problem.
No, that's why again, this one I just didn't do it. Because, you know, like all of our specialty services like mosquitoes, stink bug, bee nest removal, they're required to pay 100% at the time of service.
Mm-hmm.
So by saying minimum down payment 100%, the system would force, you know, in order to set the appointment, you've got to have, you know, gone in and set it up where they're going to pay the amount in full.
Gotcha.
So, but I mean, I'm not sure that I want to get locked in to that where there's no flexibility. So at this point, some of them I just haven't put that in there. I'm still kind of working with that.
Okay.
But just one thing I kind of go over is, you know, one of the benefits from this system is that, as you know, when you were posting in the Navision several years ago, you know, again, it's a separate system from lead management, and it's a separate system from customer management.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, but here, just like this one, here's one, you know, we've created this nav account here, MD06195. You know, we've created this service order here, service order, whatever, 808. You know, and it's all sitting in Navision, which is our accounting system. So everything is done in one place. So when we go to post it, we're posting it in the same place that we set the appointment.
I got you, because I used to go back and forth from LMS, CMS to NAV. Yeah, so I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. So again, it's a lot more efficient. And I mean, one thing I'm explaining to everybody. I mean, there's a lot to this. There's a lot of training. You know, I can see where people may get frustrated at different points in training, but I mean, there's so many benefits to it. And this is really probably the main benefit. Again, is we're just putting everything in one place. You know, so it's like I said, it's just not the separate systems. So again, and take it a step further, clicking now, I'm going from here to their customer card. You know, we have a section here, this renewal info. This is where we're going to track what type of contract they have. So this one, at some point in time, whether Lori does this or someone in marketing does this, but, you know, this is where once they go under contract, we'll keep the permanent record of what they have. I mean, it's what we do in CMS now. But, you know, we're running a one-year termite only. You know, the renewal price is going to be $133. We set this for tomorrow, so let's, you know, just say, assume it goes through tomorrow, and that would be month week 82. You know, so again, this is where we would keep, you know, the information as far as what type of contract. And in addition to that, if they were to cancel in the future, we keep the cancellation date. You have a list of cancellation reasons. And then Ashley and I talked about this marketing status here. You know, using this is like, you know, where they can track PIA. So we're probably going to change this marketing status to PIA or PIC status, where they can track, you know, once they've canceled, you know, instead of sending this information back to LMS where it's worked on there, it's worked on in the same system. You'll just refer to these fields as far as where do they stand as far as a PIC.
Gotcha.
Anyway, you know, again, what would happen, you know, I'm not going to post it since, no, actually we do have it set for today for Ray. We did it as the same day. So we'll go ahead and simulate what would happen when, you know, the technician calls in. So if I'm sitting, you know, Megan, I'm sitting in dispatch, you know, at around 5:15 today, you know, Ray is going to call in and say, yep, I went out, I did the inspection, everything was fine, I wrote up a contract, they signed it. You know, let's say, but he says, you know what though, instead of putting down $50, $40, they want to pay $50. Maybe two changes that here. You notice the installments automatically change. Say check number 300. They put in the billing code that we need. And then they would go here to application tab, and whatever chemical we use, they would fill that in. Okay, so they've done that and everything's good. They would just go up here and hit post. And that's it. Done with that one. Now there are reports that we would run, you know, so, you know, we would know what went through production, you know, who gets the commission credit, you know, all the reports that are needed now. You know, everything's in there. I don't want to get into that today. We can either do that tomorrow or the next day. But, I mean, that's sort of the process how from starting and completing an appointment.
Okay.
So, how about, why don't we do this? do you want to take keyboard and mouse and just go through the process of setting an ICPC?
I will try.
Okay.
All right. Do I have control now?
Yeah.
So it would be someone that's under or not under? Let's say they call. Which scenario you want me to go with?
Well, again, that's the thing. We got to find out which one it is. So really, what you would need to do, and I'll help you with this. Because again, I got to get a button creator for this report. But we've got that function, and they call it Navigate Customer, but it's where we search. It's right here.
Okay.
So, like I said, I don't know. Why don't we do? I don't know if we have any addresses. Let's do this. While we start over here, I'm going to just go here to contacts.
But you said addresses. Could you do it by? You can do it by name too, right?
You can, but again, but still, the best way to search for the duplicates in each database is by address.
Right. Okay.
So I'm just taking. How about this one? And I'll get out of here. Okay. All right, how about this? I'll let you take it from here. Let's say they call in and said, my address, I got a letter from you. My address is at 61 Merino, M-E-R-I-N-O.
M-E-R-I-N-O. Does it enter? I assume.
I need, see the find button at the top?
Gotcha. I didn't have me put that down. Okay, click to the right. Fine. All right, so I got a contact. Only got them listed once, and then Cal. All right.
Okay. All right, then.
Okay, I'm on the right one, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of appointment do you want me to set?
I would do, well, the first thing is, again, we need to create their NAV customer account. You got to do that from here. But what I would do is fill out the phone number first, put in a phone number, and then also that contact info details. Fill that in down at the bottom, because that will carry over to their customer account.
Contact, import date. I just make one up.
Yeah.
What you had last week. List type, we did unpublished. Contact date today. Contact type was inbound. Best time to call. Day.
I think that's going to force you to put in an actual time.
Oops. Yeah, all right.
I can change that if we need to.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It's a little awkward to put in, like, you have to put 5, like, :PM, or,
And will we wait on this till the appointment goes through or not, or?
Yeah, and that next contact, I wouldn't, because again, that's going to be done from the service order.
All right.
I wouldn't even.
That's right. Okay. Let's see. Reports, invoice number, create. Where did you do the NAV number?
There's that button at the top that says customer. It's got purple. There you go.
Do you want to create? No. Test. I guess.
Yeah, you just hit OK from here.
It should show up on the right side. Let's see.
Yeah, just hit OK from there. So.
All right, there it is. Got it. So we're on service ticket, service line items, and we want template.
Yeah, let's say they're going to do a 1-year combination plan.
1-year termite and pest plan. We can't see the rest of the. Assume this is it. Because you see the column right here, search?
Yeah.
I can't see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there's a button that's you're right where you want to be, but there's a button at the bottom right hand corner that says OK.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't finish reading the description. I want to make sure I had the right one.
Okay.
Okay. And we want to do.
How about, let's say in addition to that, they want the $99 mosquito service.
Mosquito. All right. Target.
Hey, wait, let me show you something real quick. Notice where it says total charge, where it has the summary, for computing total charge and payments and everything. It says 356, and it should be. You got to hit the refresh key, and that'll update that. Yeah, it's kind of a good rule. When in doubt, hit refresh.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick, I don't know, ants. And let's think this would be mosquitoes. And what else do we have? We have service item. Rep. I don't think I'm in here, but oh yeah, I am. All right. Tech ID with no field sales, so source. We'll say new homeowner letter. I assume that would be the same. Status. Is that all on that one so far? Because I don't have any other notes on anything else.
Yeah, you're good. You're good up. You're good right there. Yep.
Okay. Do I hit OK, or do I get? When do I go set the appointment?
No. If you hit OK, it'll close the service order. Now the next thing, there's 2 more things you need to do with this one, or a couple.
Okay.
It depends on. Again, let me ask you this. Let's say that you wanted that the customer gave you a note, something that they thought they had termites, specifically for the tech, that the tech needed to see.
Technician notes?
Yeah, exactly. This will end up on their appointment ticket. Yeah.
All right.
All right, and then let's say, I think there's a minimum that they have to put down. Why don't we see what that is, and we need to inform them of that. And then
152.40.
Right. So in the column there that says customer down payment, that field, it's right below where it computes the minimum down payment.
Right here, maybe?
Right, yeah. That's the field where you put in how much they're supposed to pay the technician in time of service. So
gotcha. 99, 100%. Sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say, so we're saying they got to pay at least $152.40. Let's say they say, okay, how about I just give you $200?
Okay, so $200 refresh. All right, 255. Check no. Well, we don't know check number yet.
You're not going to. The appointment setter's not going to worry about check number or that billing code. But let's say they said, okay, you can pay it over 7 installments. So right, and actually right now, this is not in lead management where like you get like a net total and it automatically computes it. So I mean, this is actually an improvement where, you know, you can say, okay, if you want to pay in 7, it's this. If you change it to 6, it would automatically update the installments.
Gotcha. All right, so I think I got those right. Unless there's ticket notes. No, no ticket notes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so now let's say you're ready to set it for somebody.
All right. That was under service lines, wasn't it?
Actually, you'd be up. It's the next one up. Yeah, service item lines, and that's where you have the menu. Same menu where you selected the service item template.
Yeah. So we go here, resource allocation, and these are all in Maryland. So does it really matter? I mean, I'm not too versed on how they do this in the system now, but just pick one.
Yeah, I tell you, why don't you pick? No, close that one out. Pick one for. Let's pick one for tomorrow.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at the date, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Allen. And
You're missing a step. There's a button up there that says auto allocate. Remember I told you we got that?
okay.
You check to make sure that tiny one.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
All right, so we got 2 numbers on there. So it posted on there. Where's my 2 hours there? All right.
Then if you scroll up, in order to finalize it, you hit the refresh key, and then it will show on the service order that tech has been selected. So if you like scroll up, you'll see. There we go.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, there's some more detail to it, but I mean, that's really what you're doing, going in, selecting the service items, or, you know, creating, you know, if it's a IC, if you need to, creating the nav account, then selecting the service items and getting the, you know, the total payment and the installments squared away, and then finding a text to and setting the appointment.
Okay. Like I said, when I see your video, I'll go in. Trust me, I will have every word you said step by step.
Okay.
So make it real easy for everybody.
Okay.
Because right now I got a bunch of blanks. I'm doing it by memory.
Right. Okay. I tell you what. Why don't? How much time do you have left today? What are you thinking?
5. What time is it now?
It's 2:20.
Yes, sir. 2.5
We've been going an hour and a half. Why don't we do why don't we do another appointment, and then we'll call it a day. For me, it seems to me like about 90 minutes. You know, is about the after 90 minutes it starts getting a little bit too long. So
that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, when I get that video, I go fill the blanks in, and I pretty much should have it down. Because,
okay.
Like you said, it's just
just actually, so you know, I mean, there's been some stuff though that I've left out. I mean, there's other stuff in here. It gets, when you do it all at once, I mean, it can get a little overwhelming. So I'm kind of just trying to start off, you know, with the very basics. You get that down, then the next session, I'll throw a little more at you.
Okay.
Like, for example, like we haven't gone over what if the customer wants to give you a credit card number. That's one thing. There's just other things like that. I just don't, like I said, just the first session just, you know, give you, you know, just too much information. I kind of like to give you the basics, let that set in, and then, you know, kind of build on that.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah, so why don't we go back to the contact list, and let's find another one and basically just do this over again.
So when I hit OK, it should take me out of here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So we're back and hit OK, right. Then we should be. Yeah, just keep hitting OK. We'll be back at the. Okay, let's
right.
How about 84 seconds? Okay. Yeah, once in that search button there, type in that navigate customer. And that, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's try this one. I just picked one out. It's 844 Thicket, Thickett. I think it's just Thicket, no ED. Yeah, you just do it exactly like you did the last one.
The nav number. Am I right to go for the nav number now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Go for nav. For test, okay. That should show up over here. All right, got that.
Yeah. One thing to point out is if you click on, if you go to their customer card,
Right.
this may be something we need to change. You notice the email address is blank. If you like, when the system is set up, when we schedule an appointment, they get a confirmation email. So we would need to put in an email address in order for them to get that confirmation email.
All right. Got that. Let's see. We want to go set an appointment.
Yeah, you can't. You're on the customer card. It looks very similar. Or no, you're right. You went back to the service order. Yeah, you did it right. Good job.
All right. Template. What you want me set?
Let's see. How about do a yeah, how about do a 2-year termite and pest? And it's near the top of the list.
Well, I figure the most popular. All right.
So that's the 2-year pest control only. There's two below it called 2-year termite
Well,
pest
glad you
control.
brought that up. So would they be able to tell the difference? Let's see, 2-year pest
Right,
control. Would that be
yeah.
PP? Would that be considered PP, the other 2-year pest control, or are we going to have something in there to let us know, Georgia? I know I'm on Maryland now, so will the Georgia?
Yeah, I haven't set right because it's Maryland. I haven't set anything up for the platinum pest.
Okay, cool. So all right,
Yeah,
I got it.
and they're separate companies. So I mean, you would be going to a different company to work with Georgia. So.
Gotcha. I didn't know if on the back end that since it has a Georgia nav number or whatnot, it knows, hey.
Actually, what it is, you know how the current nav system it's different companies based on state.
Yes, sir.
It's the same way with this.
Okay. All right. Let's see. We got target pest. We'll put spiders. Okay, take that e-source. There's contact. Let's refresh. Source. All right.
Yeah, why just give us more. Why don't we set a mosquito with this one as well?
Okay. As a specialty or as like an add-on? I mean the daily deal.
You want to do it? Well, you want to put a daily deal in here?
That's what I was wondering. If you want me to do that like as a daily
deal? There's one in there called daily deal. Yeah, there you go.
Mosquito. Okay. Target is obviously mosquitoes. And we'll set up. And we'll set up daily deal. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to an upsell.
Okay, I understand.
Just try something different. All right, yeah. So if there's anything else?
Nah, there's some other stuff there we just don't use.
Okay, refresh. When in doubt. All right, then was it set appointment? Let's see. The payment plan. Okay. All right, maybe I bit something off. The coupon amount. So this is where I put daily deal. Let's say it was a
right. Remember, it was a 49.
Oh yeah, mosquito. My bad. 49. Daily deal voucher. Blah blah. Say Amazon. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, let's say they want to apply the $49. They can't because they're getting a mosquito deal. Okay.
Yeah, we can practice all those scenarios. We can do that tomorrow if you want.
I got you. Let's see, 49. Check number can't do hours. But I can do.
Yeah, how about this? Let's say they said that they're going to pay. I'll tell you, go ahead. Just leave it at 143, and just say they're going to pay it in 17 installments.
I didn't see it refresh. It did refresh?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good
okay.
There.
Usually I'm waiting for the page to refresh, but I couldn't tell. Sorry.
Right.
So now appointment, which was here, allocate. What?
No, I think you hit the wrong, hit escape. Oops. Oh, no, you know what? Based on, there's a reason that it's coming up like this. I'll explain it. When we hit line and then resource allocations again.
All right. Line. Oops, where'd you go? Line. Stop. Resource allocations.
Okay. What's happening is for whatever, the reason there's only 2 showing is because somebody has gone in and moved Luis around, and he's the only one that we have in MC3 who can do mosquito treatment. That's why it's appearing this way. And it's fine. Just you can select it for Luis for tomorrow.
All right. Let's see. Auto allocate. Okay. Refresh. Okay. Let's see. Source allocate first. So unless there's any notes for the technician. Refresh.
Okay. And also, too, let's just this scenario. Let's say that you were setting a point and you did not want this appointment moved from Luis to someone else. So you'd want there's a note field for Amy. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, as far as I am on my notes, unless I got to fill them in with your video, but.
Well, the only thing I tell you what, I just caution you of what there's again a lot to this, and a lot of stuff we haven't covered. You may want to hold off, and actually, what may work well with what you have going on Friday is maybe we'll try to do a longer session tomorrow, and I'll try to make sure we cover just about everything, and then you'll have both videos today and tomorrow, and then you can put together, like some type of tutorial based on those two videos. What I'm saying is I think just doing it off of today, there's just some stuff we haven't covered yet.
No problem. That's perfect.
Okay. Okay.
No problem.
All right. Well, I think it's going well today. I think we're at a good stopping point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll create the video for today, and I'll send you the link, and then I'll make let me get a little organized, and like I said, then tomorrow we'll try to cover everything else. So
same time, or how's your day look?
Yeah, tomorrow 1 o'clock works great for me.
Okay.
Yeah, like today was about an hour and a half. Probably going to be at least 2 tomorrow. To cover the the other stuff. So.
Okay.
All right. Okay, that sounds good.
Appreciate it. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Lee. Talk to you later.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.